morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning and we're sitting at a property that's probably going to kick me out eventually. Here's the Q&A session. I answer all questions. Let's bring it up. Oh, I got to make my coffee. I forgot to take butter this morning. I got all the way here. I forgot two things. I forgot my mic. So some of you guys who are used to my streams might think it sounds different, which is fine. It's not going to kill me. And I forgot my butter this morning, so I went to Starbucks, and guess what? They actually did give me butter at no cost. Additionally, the Starbucks here at Resorts World, they got really affordable all of a sudden. This was $7.95. This was $7.95 through 2 months ago. Now it's $5.25. That was very impressive. So if you guys don't know the format, this is where you guys can ask me questions. We're gonna put our butter into our coffee. The butter is, of course, cold. I may not put it all into the coffee because it might not melt. Usually when I do this at home, I take, and I really today, I think I should buy a blender, like a proper little, one of those little Nutri-Bullets. But usually when I do this at home, I just drop the butter, and I use better butter than this. I almost 100% unequivocally guarantee it. Jill, hey, what's up, Jill? Jill did some videos in the course. Awesome, bro. So I almost guarantee you that this is not the best butter in the world. I usually use Pulgaris, which I think it's what it's called, which literally means butter in Spanish. How cold is it? It's 39. It was 30 last night. No, 30 the night before. This morning I woke up, it was 32. But we have a warm front coming in. So I got my RCVA hoodie on top of my Old Navy hoodie. Just to do like the two versions of me in my life. Old Navy hoodie, yellow, that I bought at a thrift store. RCVA nice hoodie. Can we talk about the theory of quantum financial systems? You know, I've heard that term. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. I just know I click a button when it goes up, I click a button when it goes down. Also, and I can look into it real dove time. What's funny about what this is happening right now is that all of a sudden, my channel is talking about finances and economic stuff. Whew, gosh. By the way, I'm curious, and I'll ask a few times while I'm here, is anybody here watching this because you saw my Vegas Mandalay Bay October 1st video and you don't know me? Butter makes it better. That's so gross what I just did. But if you're here and you're new, say yes. I've heard of quantum, quants. I've heard of that in the markets. I don't know that's something that most of us need to really worry about. Yeah, I did a video. It's funny because this video, because I was destroying my channel, you see. I made a video about Hilton, which is funny because this is a Hilton property. Well, the rooms is a Hilton property. And I made that video and then I said some stuff that made a lot of people go crazy. And then they were like, literally, I never thought in 7 years of having my YouTube channel that I would have people tell me to go F myself. Do you cover when you do 5 micros, maybe drop 20 read by 5? You're talking about DCA trading. I don't talk about that in the course, but I actually have a lot of trading replays that I do. I don't trade in the course live with people. We don't do live trading together because then nobody learns anything. They have to do it on their own. They can't follow me in or out. But a couple of times a week at least, I record my trades and I put them up as a full session. It's usually 15 or 20 minutes. I know, I love this. The cinema is ours. Anyway, dollar cost averaging where the price sinks down, you buy it at a better price. You can do that. I do that all the time. But, there's no point in going to the strip. It's not like it was. So there's no point. But nothing remains like it was, Beam of light, eh? That's right. Man, I really kind of wish I put that butter into that coffee. That coffee took it like a champ. Usually I brought a camera in today, by the way, too. I bought a Nikon camera. I bought myself a birthday present. I can't tell you when my birthday is, but it's coming up soon. Shouldn't have afforded it, but I did anyways. And I bought a Nikon Z6. That wasn't the birthday present. That was just a pawn shop score that I got for cheap. But I bought an adapter so I could put all of my Sony lenses on it. And then I have this lens that I've never really used before. I'm a Capricorn, you know it. I got this lens that I never really used before that I have adapted to this Sony camera. This is a professional Canon lens. This is a 16-35. So I bought a thing called a Mega DAP adapter. And I probably shouldn't have bought it. It was $259. But what it'll allow me to do is take all my Canon and Sony stuff with this adapter. I can use Canon too and put it onto my Nikon that I just bought, which is a lot smaller and I'm more comfortable bringing it out to shoot with all the time. That lens is professional. When you guys see a red ring on a Canon lens, that's a professional lens. So this cost $2,200 when it shipped new in 2008. It still costs $900. I got it because it has a really bad road rash right here. Not for that price. I got it actually for $350 with tax included. So now I have a professional lens. Professional. How many primes do I have? I have a 35mm Zeiss Distagon, it's called. That is a prime lens that is a Nikon lens that I have to adapt to my cameras. It's a manual lens. It's a 2.0. Zeiss lenses are some of the nicest camera lenses on the planet because of their coatings, and their glass is really high quality. I have a Sony 1.8 50mm. It's a cheapie, full frame. Those are like $249. The Zeiss, if you bought it, is like a $700 lens, brand new. Thank you so much, Willie. Appreciate you. What else do I got? I got to talk closer to the camera because I don't have a microphone today. I have a Viltrox 24mm that I need to return because I bought it for filming in my studio, and then the background has a weird fluctuation on the bokeh and it's very distracting. I have a 85mm Rokinon cinema lens for Canon that I've never really used. I have an 85mm TT Artisans, which is a copy of a Zeiss lens from 1935, which creates a swirly background. It's like a portrait lens, but I don't shoot people, I shoot nature, so you can find some cool stuff there. Type 1 for red pandas. What is red pandas? I don't know what that is. Just warning. Maybe you don't want to type in red pandas. I don't know what red pandas are, okay? What else? Primes. Oh, shoot, dude. I have what is that company? It was Pentax. Oh, I have the shoot. Now it's gonna make my brain hurt, and I can't figure it out. Let me see here. So I'm gonna ask the AI, what is the famous lens that became Pentax? Let's see if the AI figures it out. Minolta. It's not Minolta. I do have Minolta primes. Yeah, I have a Minolta 45mm. I think it's an f2.8. And then I have a Minolta f1.4. These are MD lenses from the 1960s and the 1970s. Takumar. I have Takumar 50mm 1.4. I have a Takumar 55mm 1.8. And I have a Takumar 85mm 1.4. Those are also legendary lenses. They don't build them like that anymore. They have tons of character. I have a Minolta 135mm. These are all called Rokinon lenses. These are very old lenses. If you don't know, I shoot a lot of architecture and macros and things such as this. For the Sony, I also have a Sony 90mm macro 2.8, which is one of the best lenses ever made in the modern era. Super good lens, like just a beast. I love it. Dude, I have a legendary lens I use called for corn. That's a joke. Okay. Yeah, so my Minoltas are some of my favorites. My Takumars are amazing too. That's it for now. I don't have much Olympus stuff, period. Not much. So yeah, but I'm gonna take that Sony out. So I got the Nikon Z6 and I paid $259 for my birthday gift to myself for something called a Mega DAP adapter, and now I can attach anything basically because I have all the converters and all of the adapter rings for that Sony. Now I can put them on the Z6 camera, which I like. That camera, I shot with it the other day. I took some shots of the I took some shots of the guitar on the strip actually after my stream on Friday night. Last Friday night. Anyways, this is the part where anybody can talk to me about anything. Do you guys want to see one of those photos? Here's how this looked. I took this with my Nikon Z6. Right here. So that's there's that photo. Boom, boom, boom. So that's like 5 exposures that are layered on top of each other, blah, blah, blah. How does the Project X? Well, I sent out an email to the class. You got no sound? I got sound. I can see my audio meters bouncing. You should have sound. The Project X development for the course, it won't matter. You'll switch over to Rhythmic, or, you know, you guys will, I'll find you something. But for you guys that are already on Project X, you're going to have to learn a new software. It'll be just the same. I'll put you in there as well. I'll find you guys something, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it this week in the course. I promise you that. Oh yeah, it actually blanks out for half a second when I spin the camera around. Like, it should blank out. Now you should have, do you have sound? Yeah, you have sound, but it blanks out. Is there any good poutine in Vegas? Not that I know of. There used to be a place over on Paradise Road in Harmon, but they don't have poutine anymore. They closed. Closed. It's much lower volume. Yeah, it's lower volume than it usually is. That's a pain. Like I say, I forgot my mic, and my option was like go back home. Blah, blah. What's my prediction on? I think silver hits like $300. I think silver has absolutely zero downside right now. Now, by the way, do not. Hi, Tony. Tony is like, can I tell you how many times Tony has bought me Starbucks coffee? And my wife, Maggiano's Little Italy. My gosh, he's awesome. I think silver has zero downside right now. So if you're in my course, you can trade silver futures. You don't need to, like, because right now everybody's trying to rush and they're trying to buy. We need silver. Give me silver. How do I get my hands on silver? You can trade silver futures. You don't need to be in silver, okay? No one is in my course. Okay, hey guys, chats, can you let Andy know if you're in my course or not? Chats? Students in my course, can you let Andy know if you're in my course? I have 800 and some odd students right now in my course. Oh, well, okay, there you go. Look at that. Oh, Tony's here from down under. Jack's in my course, okay. Anybody else in my course? Mr. Duffy's in there. Of course, I could have a plant. Maybe Jock is a plant. SLV is not what you trade. You trade SI. SI is the silver futures contract. So if you guys are in my course, you can actually trade silver's futures. Nope, not paid. Palms was hopping yesterday. Yeah, Palms is a good local hotel. Yamava is a good brand. They give you a lot of value, but the Palms rooms are out of control expensive. I would never stay at the Palms. Doesn't make any sense. Imagine falling for a guy selling courses. You're right, Easel Cat. I am whatever you say I am. You're right. You shouldn't buy my course. But anyways, you should, but not Easel Cat, because he's going to be that guy who just bitches and moans. Who else is in the course? Joe's in the course. Braun is in the course. Greg's in the course. Steven, big fan of the channel. Thanks for what you do. I made $350 on Friday using J Bravo's techniques. I'm guessing it's very similar to Lord. No, Willie, mine is completely different than J Bravo. Because I have I bought J Bravo's course. So I know. Just get physical silver. You can't get physical silver. You can't. Like, there's like no delivery of physical silver right now. So that's what it is. We got the strip behind us. Look at that. So pretty. Anyways, if you guys wanted to trade silver SI, you can totally do that. Let me see what that looks like here. Rumor has it you don't even know no more. So this is what silver futures looks like. This is what my traders would trade, for example. Let's see where we're at. Yep, I'll show you what's happening right now. Do you guys want to know how to make money on silver right now? If you're in my course? Yeah, because the market's going to open. You guys want to see? You're not my students, but I'll show it to you anyway. I'm also doing J Bravo, and there are different courses. J Bravo has many courses. He does. You're right. So if you guys are in my course, you already know what I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to wait for this to come down, and it's already at the 200. So on this one, you would look to go long on silver right now. And if it does reject and goes down below the red, you're going to look for it to fall down a little bit. And you can make money off that within 2 or 3 minutes if you know what you're doing, if you're one of my students. So yeah, I always have the silver futures on my screens. Yeah, it's fun to trade futures. It's like a video game, dude. My students are killing it. I'm in the course, I love it. So I guess there are some people in the course making money. Boom, how'd you do? So anyways, yeah. And by the way, I do have a code for you guys today if you guys want to do that. If you guys want to get ahead in life, if you guys want to go ahead and do something good for yourselves. If you guys want to get my course, I think the price goes up either tomorrow or next Monday. I don't even know, honestly. One of these days. One of these days, your heart will stop and play its final beat. Let me put that code in there if you guys want to pick it up. It's $1.99. I'm looking around me because I'm expecting to be like flanked by security guards. Like, boom. Imagine selling a course in 2025. Are you dumb? That's like going to school. You go to Harvard. Imagine you're selling Harvard educations. Size down with silver. It doesn't take much leverage. Yeah, silver is super volatile. That's why it's so good to trade, Greg. Also, you don't need much. That's right, baby. Silver's leverage and margins went up. So you need a lot more money to trade silver. That's why it's being difficult for people. I own gold and silver, platinum, palladium. 60-year-old learning something new thanks to you. Thank you, Sean. Look at this. Why aren't you guys joining this? I got people that are trading futures 10 or 15, maybe 20 minutes a day. They go in, they see a thing, they click a button, it goes up, they make money. They see a thing, they click the button, it goes down, they can make some money. Why aren't you doing the same thing with your life? You're sitting around jacking it to whatever and jaw-jacking with your friends about how broke you are. I mean, my goodness, look at this thing right here. One candle close, giant candle cuts in below the 9 EMA, the 9 moving average right there. Then it goes free falling underneath the 200. Then it bounces directly where we know it's gonna go. It's right there, that's the move right there. Why aren't you making that move? That move's like $1,000 move. It takes 5-10 minutes. What's up, Mike? Broke LOL, speak for yourself. That's right, Chris, you're not broke. That's why you're telling me how rich you are. You guys want to know the secrets of wealthy people? They don't tell you how much money they have. They don't come in with random YouTube videos and tell you how much money they have. I've been doing good on Dow. Yeah, YM is fun to trade. YM is very reliable. YM is like that lady who doesn't look the hottest, but you get with her because she'll take good care of you. She won't mess up your life. She's not a psychopath. She's just a good mom and a good lady, and that's it. Well, yeah, I'm going to be, dude, I doom and gloom you guys all the time. But YM is really nice. When YM hits, it becomes the most reliable trend line you can see. This is tradable all freaking day long. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? It crosses over the red 20, peaks up, gets too far away, goes down, cuts through again, up and down. This is all day long. This is the trader's wet dream. Thanks so much, Tony from Down Under. Yeah, but you can learn that if you guys want to learn that. If you don't want to learn it, I don't really care. If you want to hate on me, you're going to get kicked out for me supporting my family. That's what we do. I make more than all of you. I'm sure you do, Scott. That's why you're on a YouTube stream on Sunday morning instead of sitting on a beach in Malibu sipping mojitos with Mark Zuckerberg. Actually, doesn't he live in a bunker in Hawaii nowadays? Is sports betting lucrative? You know what's good is prop sports betting. Like, you can hedge your bets on sports. But anyways, click the link, buy my course, become my student. Are there any protests or riots? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. Okay, anybody here new because they saw my video about the Vegas Mandalay Bay incident? Say yes in the chat. I want to meet you guys personally. We had a bit of an influx. I managed to turn my channel around. Ask me a question if you guys want to right now. It can be anything. Markets, politics, geopolitics. It can be about religion. It can be about all the things you're not supposed to talk about. It can be about Vegas. It can be about whatever. There's things that are personal that I won't answer. But you guys can go ahead and ask questions. I have too much information, but because I walk so much and just genetics, I have athlete's foot. That's what's happening with my foot. And it really hurts. And my whole leg is jacked up. But I can't stop doing the strips stuff right now. So I'm out here with you. Problem with sports betting is that you need a lot of knowledge. There was a guy in Canada years ago. Canada has national sports betting through the governments, and they call it Sports Select. Maybe they don't call it that anymore, but they used to back when I was there as a kid. And anyways, he had he was able to get market information, or like he knew something was happening with sports stuff before anybody, because I think he was just basically tapping Vegas bookies and stuff like that, the sports books here. And he made like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year off of Sports Select in Canada. And then they changed the rules somehow. It was bad. Yes, a new topic is cool other than just that Vegas sucks. Yeah, give me a topic. We'll talk about it. If nobody gives me a topic, I'm going to go shoot photos. I don't care. I have a wide angle lens on a full frame. Professional glass. Blows my mind. I was joking in trade Kalshi. I don't do that stuff, dude. No. See, Kalshi is a problem, right? Because, for example, there was like some kind of event where they predicted a person, Caroline Levitt. She's the press secretary for Donald Trump. Oh, here we go. You son of a bitch, you maggot. Shut up. If that's you, you don't belong here. Bye, Felicia. But Caroline Levitt is the press secretary for Trump, and there was this Kalshi or some kind of bet on one of these crypto betting sites where they were like, she's going to talk for less than 2 hours. And then, no lie, at 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 45 seconds, she closes out the press conference. People win their bets, and I believe they canceled the bets. What? They canceled the bets? No, you don't belong here, Alchemist. If you're going to be like triggered that I mention a person, I don't care if she's a professional liar. I had to say her name. So I don't bet on that stuff, because like stuff like that, like if they can rig the game, they can rig the game. You want to bet, like the markets are rigged, but at least we can look through patterns with my course, and we can like know when we think it's going to be 85% certainty. You're never 100% certain in any markets. But with Kalshi, it could be a rug pull. Where do I get more info? Oh, thank you, Hans. You go to this link. I'll post it up here. You watch. There's a 3-minute and 50-second video on there explaining more. And there's also my entire course outline. And also, if you click and use the coupon LS02, you get it for $199. And that's the only price you'll ever pay. And I add videos to it every single week. And there's like 100 videos. And you're going to like it. Bet on Ukrainian war. I mean, like, that's what I mean. Like, you ever see the South Park episode on that stuff? It was pretty good. It was one of the only South Parks I liked this year. Anyway, yeah, so here's the deal, man. If you don't, like, look, if you're going to be that triggered, you're not for me. Because there's a good chance that you and I just couldn't have a conversation in real life. Like, if we can't have a conversation in real life because you're going to lose your mind over things, like, I'm not going to lose your mind if you tell me something negative about my worldviews. I'm going to be like, okay, why do you feel that way? And then you're going to tell me, and I'm going to be like, okay, what led you to that conclusion? That's the way I act. Okay. So how do you act? I don't know how you act, but if you act like this, when I say Donald Trump won the 2024 presidential election with both the popular vote and the electoral college, and if you immediately get mad and start screaming at me, then we're not going to be friends. That's it. And that's simple. And that's not a thing that makes you a bad person. It just makes you a person who is too emotional for me. That's all. If Turkey got attacked from Iran from behind, do you think that Greece would help? Ah! That's funny. I like that. Everyone knows that Vegas story was okay. Somebody said he was an inside bettor. How much will tourism drop this year in Vegas? This year, I think our tourism goes up in Vegas this year. I think the economy... Listen, the economy for a lot of people is getting better. For a lot of people, it is not getting better. And that's the truth. That's the reality. And so you have both ends of it, right? You have people that are on the upwards part of the K-shape and people that are on the downwards part of the K-shape. Should I put money into the S&P or crypto? I don't give financial advice, David. I teach an educational course on trading futures markets with scalps. 30 seconds to 2 minutes for a trade, you make maybe 50 to 200 or 300 or even more dollars, and you're done for the day. I will say historically, the S&P 500, I think last year for the year ended up 18% overall. So you could always do something like that. If you guys are thinking of investing, get a proper financial advisor in your life, because you're going to lose your money if you invest with YouTubers or if you invest with people that are like, hey bro, I have an inside trick for you, a tip for you. Unless your friend is Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi or a government person. There's people on the right hand side of things too making a killing in the markets. There's Republicans. Unless you have a a senator or a congressional person giving you insider tips, don't take those tips. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Okay, let's read your comments. I just dripped coffee. How much tourism will drop this year? I think it's going to come back a little bit. I think we'll be on par with 2024 after this year. Where can I get more info on your course? You said that already. What is your take on SCOTUS in favor against Trump tariffs? I think that, you know, the tariff thing on the Supreme Court. So you look at it like people think that it's going to bankrupt the country. But the reality of the situation is the only companies, the only people that can get their money back if the Supreme Court rules against Trump's tariffs are people that filed complaints. That's the way it works. Not many filed complaints. I believe Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, well, that's Sam's Club. Like, these people filed complaints. So it wouldn't bankrupt the country. It would certainly take us out of a good place that we just entered into. Now, whether or not you like Donald Trump, here's what this is, okay? We had a $129 billion trade deficit. And what that means is that we were sending more money out of the country than we were bringing in. And now we have a $29 billion trade deficit. This is the lowest trade deficit in nearly 2 decades. This is good for America. You want your trade deficit to be zero or lopsided in the positive for you. That will destroy our progress on the trade deficit, which will destroy progress in the overall economy for every single person. So we'll have to see what SCOTUS says, and that's it. We got some comments down here. How does your current geopolitical situation affect what you teach in the course? It doesn't. That's a good question, Kostov, but it doesn't. In the course, I tell people don't trade the news. The news will give you directional bias. And directional bias on a chart is like this, right? Let's say something big happened this weekend, and you're looking at the Dow Jones futures. And you're looking at the Dow Jones. You get to your chart on Monday, and you're staring at this chart, and you're saying, well, they just dropped a bomb in some country. So you're expecting this chart to go down. The chart goes up. You don't take the entry. You're expecting the chart to go down. The chart continues to go up, and you sit there staring, waiting for it to go down. The chart goes down a little bit, you enter, and then it shoots back up. You stay in the down chart because you think that you're right because war just happened in a different country and the markets hate war, and that's what you've been told, and my bias is that it's gonna go down. The chart continues to go up and you continue to lose money. So we teach not to have directional bias. We teach not to listen to the news. We teach to take it in 15, 20 minute, 1 hour chunks, see where the direction is going at the time because you're in and out very quickly. Still have a bowl full of Canadian copper pennies. They're the economic ninja, I'll tell you, those are good. Keep them. You can have some money. Good smart. Just imagine sending the money of 1,000 firms in SCOTUS, okay? Have a great day, LMNT. How does current geopolitical, all politicians play the market? I agree. People laughed when I said I would invest in copper. That's smart, Mike. You bought that big roll, you sold it though. Dang. Let's see here. Money printer go burr. Yes, they're printing money, that's for sure. Put your money into Charmin and Pampers. I'm 2 hours south of Vegas, SoCal rocks. Okay, so we had that question there. These tariffs are basically a wealth transfer from the poor and middle class to the rich. It's not helping the trade deficit. People around the world are boycotting U.S. products. Not entirely true. Whereas some people like Canadians are boycotting U.S. products. U.S. products are exported, and listen, if a country needs U.S. lumber in order to build things so they can have shelter, they're not boycotting American products. This is something that you're hearing from one side of the conversation, but if you actually dig into the data, you might want to look at what our trade relationships look like and where our exports are going. So for example, China doesn't like us very much, but what you may not know about China is that they import a ton of food from the United States, and those imports are not stopping because they can't feed their own people. China also imports a lot of medical stuff from us. They can't not do that, especially in their system. I mean, they can't just make the medical technology that they need. It's tough, you know? So yeah, not entirely true. Will credit card rate regulation remove lots of credit? No, so Trump's proposing that we have a moratorium for a few years on credit card rates and bring them down to 10%. It will clip the legs out of credit card companies, no doubt about that. But you have to be careful I don't know what if they're lowering the APR and credit card rates. I have to look into it. I don't know enough about it to talk about it right now, but it's a nice thought, isn't it? Donald Trump has a terrible diet if you listen to Donald Trump. So somebody said, he's sure he has a personal chef using highly Epicurean ingredients, no groceries. He eats a lot of fast food and drinks a lot of Diet Coke, from what I've seen. So he doesn't exactly have a healthy diet. I'm just going off what he said. Super rich usually have staff for their food. Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, I eat carnivore, so I just eat the same things. I had carnivore tacos last night. Made my taco shells out of cheddar, Tillamook, made my beef. What is true is that for every 4 containers China sends us, we send them only 1. Yes, that's true. Why can't we all just get along? I don't know. Hi, Steven. I broke in at Lady Luck back in the 80s. I came out to visit a friend about 3 years ago. I didn't even recognize the place. I stayed downtown at the Four Queens. Had a good time anyways. It's so different now. Hi, Steven. Can you recommend a good place to watch sports that won't charge an arm and a leg just for a seat? You're talking about like a website or something? Are you talking about websites? I can't recommend anything that would not break laws and stuff, but I will type in, if you type in what's the search term I can give you? First of all, you need to use Yandex. Oh, sports books. Dude, sports books don't cost you any money. I've heard this rumor that Caesars or MGM, one of them is charging people to watch, but I wouldn't say that's the case. I know Buffalo Wild Wings on the Strip on Harmon has drink specials, but I've never seen a sportsbook charge anybody any money. I would say Circa Sports downtown is probably great, and also the Superbook over at the Westgate is epic. Those are the 2 that you should go to. I think his like of McDonald's has more to do with, it's not the name. So to explain Donald Trump's eating, and again, listen, you want to quit my channel, please listen to me. Give me a shot. I have to beg you for an opportunity, and it's so stupid. He eats McDonald's because, according to him, he says, I eat fast food because I know the source, I know it's prepared in a certain way, and if I eat mom and pop restaurants, I don't know the quality control. So it's not healthy for you, but the truth is, very few people get super sick at McDonald's. No such thing as free lunch, folks, especially at the casinos after CES. They charge if it's a big event. Oh, for Super Bowl. So if you're coming here for Super Bowl, yes, I got a scratchy nose. Hold on. If you're coming here for Super Bowl, you have to get to a place early. If you get to a locals hotel early, like the Orleans has a good crowd for the Super Bowl. There's a place in there, it's like an Irish pub type place. They have good Super Bowl stuff. But you're gonna need to get in, claim your seat, sit around and wait. That's it. You can pay, you can do stuff. I know Fontainebleau's gonna have viewing parties and stuff like that, but yeah, Super Bowl will be jacked up. It's just a giant moneymaker. The course is great, John says. Thank you. Good stock to own, but not to eat. Okay, McDonald's. I used to work at Mickey D's in the 90s. Never had a McDonald's job. Worked in the cinnamon bun business for a bit. Guards passing me by. Doesn't care. That's good. Eugene is here from San Francisco, NorCal. I will point out, something happened at Resorts World. $5.25 for my coffee. They gave me free butter. This used to be $7.95 for a small coffee. Today it was $5.25 for a medium. And they gave me butter without charging me any money. I'm a baller? Why am I a baller? What's the name of our Thai restaurant that's popular downtown? You Thai Now. I can't remember, but it's right by Potato Park. Is it popular? I don't know if it's popular. You eat now. We Thai. Oh, Steven's so racist. No. Steven's married to an Asian girl. She laughs at Steven's jokes. Security guard left you alone because of my Canada hat. Tropicat had super high ceilings. I don't know. I don't recall that. They had that cool Tiffany glass, but I think it was a high ceiling. Bulletproof coffee. Yeah, but it was garbage, bulletproof coffee, because the butter was not good. And I didn't blend it, but it's still better than what I could have had. Anyways, wow. Yeah, anyhow, is what it is. Do I have any new students today? Anybody going to email me when they get into the course and say, hi, I'm a new student. Sign up on Sunday. Sunday morning, without any warning, I thought I knew Go Eagles, go Niners. Okay. I can get behind the Niners part. Bang, bang, Weiner gang, because we complain because we don't do a lot of stuff. Anyways. We don't win. Super Bowls. FIFA will be a success. You know, FIFA's going to be a success, bro. Every single person that's like not going to come here, they're going to come here to watch their team. They're going to cheer for their team. It's going to be a resounding success. Everybody who's like, I don't like the president, they're still going to come, dude. FIFA, soccer, sports unifies us. And then we have the Olympics. I don't want to film from Circus A1701 because there's a lot of kids in Circus, and I don't find it. Listen, dude, I don't have children, but there's a lot of horrible people in the world right now. I'll put it at that. And there's a lot of people that, like, they look at kids in a gross way. And I don't want to facilitate any of that stuff. And so if I go into Circus, this is going to be a cavalcade at children. I could do it. I got cameras. But I feel like I should let those kids just be kids. Just let them have their wee life is fun. Because they're going to become old and jaded someday. Unless their parents are good parents. If they're like my parents, they're going to grow up with limiting beliefs. Damn, if you have kids, they might be a... Not saying that comment. That's all sorts of wrong to me, but you got your freedom of speech, bro. Pete Carroll will own the Raiders. Is he suing us? He's fired. He's not our coach anymore. He's not our coach anymore. Pete Carroll got one shot. You know, they said, hey, you only got one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. So what's probably happening with the Raiders, and I don't know anything about it, but here's the thing. Tom Brady's involved in our team, and he's likely responsible for Pete Carroll getting banished because he wants to build his team from the ground up. It's called Tom Brady the general manager of the Raiders, for gosh sakes, because that's really what's happening here. And it doesn't mean it's going to be successful. I mean, the Arizona Coyotes, back when they were the Phoenix Coyotes, they brought on Wayne Gretzky as a coach. Michael Jordan owned part of the Washington Wizards. Neither of those teams were any good, but everybody thought, we'll attach one of the GOATs to the thing and it'll be great. It doesn't mean Brady is a good football management person. It just means that Brady knows the game really, really well. So, we'll see. Paper City, okay. All right, we're going to walk, I guess. Oh, God, say a prayer for my foot, dude. It's getting better. A little better all the time. Everything in life comes down to music, don't you know? Got to admit, it's getting better. Oh, thank you so much to Mr. Mike Lee. He sent $20. He's super nice to us, and half the time I don't see my Cash App. So thank you so much, Mike Lee. Look, he got me 10% closer to my birthday gift that I bought myself. My $259 camera adapter, which I'm supposed to get on my birthday, which would be kind of cool. It's a bit of a thing. Subhanallah. What is Subhanallah? Go slow. It doesn't matter. I put any kind of pressure on it. It just hurts like a, you know, B-I-T-C-H. Anyway. Let's go look at what overpriced stuff at an Apple authorized retail seller kiosk is worth out here, because I'm curious. Yeah, buddy. Don't you know? It must suck getting old because your feet get hurt. My feet are hurt because I have athlete's foot right now, because I walk like 30, 40 miles on my streams, and I'm just genetically predisposed to having sweaty feet. And I had it last year, but this year it just attacked me super hard. So I got imbalanced pressure, and my calf is killing me. It's all bad. I went to the gym last night, though, so that's good. And I'm on carnivore 36 days now. I should buy a Greenland hat. Oh my gosh. Let me do that right now. Greenland. I'm going to go on Amazon. I bet you there's a cool hat to buy. Greenland hat. Greenland hat. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. No, it doesn't exist. Oh, it does exist. Hey guys, do you think Why are the delivery dates so freaking February? I don't want a February hat, bro. If I wanted to split my audience and make everybody hate me, I could get this. Oh my goodness. By the way, I'll tell you this right now. I watched this video today on Greenland, and it is absolutely staggeringly frightening. Does anybody here even one modicum of interest? Does this exist for me to tell you why Greenland is like the linchpin to the world right now? If there is, say yes, and I'll tell you something. Because, gosh, I didn't know what I know, and now what I know, I wish I didn't know. Because when I saw it, I said, wow, holy cow. And that's that. Did you know China has been trying to buy abandoned military installations in Greenland? They're claiming they're turning them into international container shipping centers, but that makes zero sense because Greenland is mostly a frozen port. But a couple of years ago, in the last 2 decades, China's been making inroads to try to buy parts of Greenland. And the United States puts pressure on the Danish government who controls Greenland. Now, what you should know about Greenland, see if I can do this on my carnivore mind. Greenland was given to the Danes, but the Danes couldn't control it. In the 1940s, the Danish government became compromised by the N-word. See, if I say that, okay, 1940s and 30s N-word party, like the guys from Germany. And the United States had to step in, and they had to take control of large portions of Greenland, and they opened what's called Thule Air Force Base because the United States said Greenland was compromised by the Socialist Party in Germany back in the day. We have to watch our words on YouTube. And then since then, it's been a strategic base for the United States government for a very long time. But then in the last 2 decades, Chinese companies have been trying to buy Air Force bases that America has moved out to, claiming that they're using it for strategic shipping. The United States has put pressure on the Danish government to reject these offers, which they largely have. But right now, Greenland has zero resources of their own. Like, they have minerals, they have things, they have no defense. And they rely solely on a $600 million a year US dollar stipend from the Danish government in order to fund everything that happens in Greenland. Now, $600 million is a drop in the bucket for America. America could easily go in and put $1.2 billion or even $1 trillion a year into Greenland. It would grow the economy in Greenland. It would open up all sorts of opportunities for the people in Greenland who really have nothing right now. And it would keep America completely safe from the fact that China's been trying to buy strategic parts of Greenland. Yeah, we're just going to build a shipping thing. Shipping? It's a frozen port. Nobody wants to ship in and out of Greenland. Stop. It's such a lie. That's like saying, that's like the dude telling his wife that he's going to go take piano lessons when you know he's banging his side piece and he has no interest in piano because he's a Metallica fan. Don't lie to me. I know you're banging your side piece. You're not taking piano lessons. Doesn't make any sense. You listen to Master of Puppets full blast in your car every time you pull into the driveway. Anyways, so this is a major thing, and now we're talking about just taking it? Holy smokes, artichokes. I guess if you wanted to kill any relationships you had with NATO, that would do it. Anyways, it's crazy, right? I just thought that was something that maybe you would like to know. Have I ever been to a gangbang party in Vegas? No, man, I'm married. I'm a Christian, dog. That's not my thing. And maybe there's another Vegas YouTuber that's into that. I don't know. Maybe you gotta go watch those like IPTV or whatever, IP6, IP9. You gotta go watch one of those crazy streamers for that. It's your long-term outlook on Resorts World of Fountain. I don't think this place makes it. I don't think Resorts World makes it. Don't think so. I don't think so. I think they have to eventually either one of two things. Allegedly, this is a money laundering operation for Genting, which I don't know. But I don't think it can bleed money, hundreds of millions of dollars, billions. I don't know how much this bleeds. We don't know. You know why we don't know? Because they don't really release the full financials. I think they might. We have to look at them. I have to make a video on this place, IP2. Thoughts on Utah? I've been to Utah. My uncle passed away. He lived in Utah. Utah, people are nice in Utah. People are cool. I don't know. I wouldn't want to live there. I heard it's hard to do business in Utah from my uncle. He was not a Mormon, but he told me that if you're in Utah, it's difficult to do business in the community unless you grease bombs. He lived off of buying people gift cards and kickbacks because he was in the real estate business. All right, let's go see. What do you think the price is here? Well, it's not Q&A anymore. Why is there no ICE enforcement in San Francisco? I don't know. You'd have to ask ICE about that. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so we have an official. Who's buying a lightning connector? What the hell? Nobody's buying this. Hey, do you have a phone from 5 years ago? Do you need to get AirPods with a lightning connector because you like cables? Okay, maybe you buy a USB-C. You have AirPods. If you don't have AirPods Pros, I'm out. I'm an AirPods Pro guy. I will not use regular AirPods. They have some crappy iStore stuff. How much do you think these things are? Like, what's the markup on these compared to real life, I wonder? Let's go see. Tap to shop. 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 Oh, they do have AirPods Pros, but they don't have AirPods Pros because I didn't see them. $214. AirPods 4. AirPods Pro 2. That's not a good price. You know it's going to be marked up. Why are we even? $21 for a lightning to USB-A connector. Like, they should call this extinct technology. Okay, these should be like cheap, right? AirPods, AirTags, $40. All right, do me a favor. If you're staying at a hotel, buy on Amazon. There's actually an Amazon locker inside Circus Circus. So what you can do is you can buy on Amazon, and then you can select your locker location. Some people don't know that this is a thing. I'm here to tell you it is. And then what you do is you go to the Circus Circus and you pick up your item at the Amazon locker with a code, and then you pay Amazon prices instead of paying ridiculous prices. If you watch Big Love, a tremendous amount of Big Love is actually true. I've heard that. There's some Jack Mormon communities, if you don't know. I think that's the term, right? Jack Mormon? No, wait. Is a Jack Mormon a person who left the church? My brain is spinning. I had too much caffeine and butter. Which one is it? No, FLDS. There's FLDS communities in Utah. That stands for Fundamental Latter-day Saints. And they still practice polygamy and things like this. The official Mormon church doesn't support polygamy, so we should point that out. So what do I think about the AI bubble? I think that what I've told you guys before, and what I might have to do a thing on in my course, although I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to have to, no, I'm not going to do that in the course. I'm making a new course, just so you guys know. But anyways, that'll happen later this year. But I do think that the AI bubble, that's security. We're trying to play Metal Gear Solid. I'm Solid Snake now. I think that the AI bubble is 100% going to destroy us in a way that we've seen only a few times in our history of our economic cycle. So in the 1930s, obviously you had the Great Depression, and then in the 1970s the markets crashed because of something called the Nifty 50, and these were 50 companies that people would just invest in forever, and those crashed. And now we have the Magnificent Seven, which is the 7 largest companies on the planet, and people just keep buying into these companies, but it's really a circle jerk. One company, NVIDIA, makes all of the hardware, and then they sell it to companies like Oracle, and then Oracle sells their data center use to companies that want to run AI. But you can't run this forever. It's not sustainable. Eventually, NVIDIA is making products that people are extending out because they can't afford the product prices for the new chips. So it becomes a major issue. And I like to say that our economy is like a soap bubble sitting on the head of a pin. And if the wind blows the wrong way or a butterfly flaps its wings, everything's falling. This is the cool view from up here, by the way. I'm gonna take my camera up here afterwards and maybe try to get some photos. Although I don't have a circular polarizer, so these reflections will be bad. Yeah, they have compounds at the base of the Cottonwood Canyon that are guarded and walled. AI is not sustainable. 100% the Magnificent will come, bro, except for one winner of the AI war. It's a beautiful day, man. It's a beautiful day. Where are we going, chats? I don't know. I don't know, because like, I'd go over here. You know what? Let's go down to the convention center. I'll show you Bagel Mania. We'll kind of take a walk down here. I think my foot's clearing up. Feels better than it should right now, better than when I started. Not leaving LV. The problem is because we have a lot of passive investors that are putting all their cash into AI and with no other stocks being able. It's not just passive investors. That's the crazy part. Do you guys understand that when you hand your money over to a financial manager, which that's the only way to invest legally, strategically, logically. I'm not an investor. I have a scalping course. Everybody should do it, but you don't because you think whatever. But when you hand your money over to a financial manager, like 80% of all the money being invested into the markets by these financial managers are being invested in AI right now. 85%. 85%. That's insane. You wouldn't want to drive a convertible into Red Rock Canyon or the Grand Canyon today because it is freezing cold at the Grand Canyon and Red Rock. Like, do you have any idea how cold it is? Should I buy this hat? If I buy this hat, people are going to immediately hate me. I don't want to be a target. I'm alone and I'm an easy target. I'll be a Foo Fighters song. Anyways, Grand Canyon weather. It's cold. It's cold at the Grand Canyon, man. It's going to be a high of 50. That's the South Rim. It gets to be freezing in there. Grand Canyon, Arizona. You would freeze to death driving in a convertible 50 miles an hour, man. Dude, dog, you ain't doing that. You do it in the spring or the summer. You do it in the spring or the summer, but I wouldn't go out there right now. It's not that nice. Let's get outside here. Steve is an IP2. They make fun of him and put him in drag. I'm sure that's true. I don't really give a shit what people think about me. You think I care? I already have enough flack on this channel, bro. What the? Oh. You push it, and then it opens. Then you wave your hand, and nothing happens. Resorts World can't get their doors to work. How do I expect them to do anything? Alright, USA doesn't need to buy. I got lots of chance. I'm not on IP2 though. That's a little, I'm 40 some odd years old, man. I'm an old guy. Like, nobody cares to see me. I'm not gonna go, you know, hog wild on IP2. I have a shared roof deck with a Golden Gate Bridge view. That sounds nice. I believe the door is not working on an automatic door. Is an ADA. ADA. Who knows? Who knows, man? I think it'd be funny to buy that hat, but if I buy that hat, I'm gonna be attacked. People gonna be angry. I don't want you for this. Well, what do you watch me for? I have a thinking channel, just so you guys know. I'm changing my channel name in time to just Steven J. Campbell. And we're pushing the barrier on what we talk about. I watched this one guy, I can't remember his name. I was watching this video today and he's like, come for the finance, stay for the protests. He's talking about the ICE protests. And he's like, come for the finance and stay for the meltdown. He's talking about the AI bubble. And so I'll be like, come for the Vegas and stay for the thingamajigger. Like, Dicio is like one of my students. And that person doesn't agree with me on everything, and that's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, dude. I ain't gonna be everybody's friend. That's not the way the world works. But as I mentioned, if you're gonna reject people, get mad at them and throw your shoes at them, you ain't gonna get nowhere in life. I'd say the bubble will pop in late 2026, somewhere in late 2026, 2027. I don't know, man, but all I know is that we can see how relatively weak the economy is because what happened in January of 2025, right? What happened in January of 2025? Well, what happened was that a company out of China called DeepSeek, which runs an AI model, came out and said, we have a better AI model than ChatGPT. And We built it with very less technology because, you know, there's supposed to be this ban on buying chips at the time from the United States. So Chinese are not allowed to buy the best chips for AI, right? And so when they come out and they're like, yeah, we did it cheaper and better than OpenAI, this caused NVIDIA's stock to plummet, which caused the entire NASDAQ exchange to shed $1 trillion within a day, which caused the S&P 500 to sink, which caused the Dow Jones Industrial to sink. And when all was said and done, it recovered, but it was like a stark reminder of how incredibly dangerous and fragile our company really is. So, you know, that is what it is. DeepSeek was a lie. The Chinese lie. The Chinese have been lying for a long time. Take, for example, the unemployment rate for youth in China. The unemployment rate for youth in China was continuously sinking, and they could never fix it. So what did the CCP do? They stopped reporting the Chinese unemployment rate for youth. They didn't care. We'll just do whatever we want to do, and now it's not even a factor anymore. So the Chinese lied. There's no way they built this. They bought the chips somehow. They did a workaround, and DeepSeek, I'll never use it. The only way I'd ever use it is if I install it on my computer locally and turn off my Wi-Fi, which I'm not willing to do. Thank you very much. And my computer could run it because I have a Mac Studio with an M4 Max, but I'm still not going to do it because I still don't trust that once I connect to the internet, this wouldn't somehow send all my queries and results to China. Don't trust it. Somebody was asking me, yeah, we weren't talking about streaming, that's good. But speaking of Russia and China, don't trust them. Like, if you want to search for stuff, go to Yandex. That's a Russian search engine. Use a VPN. I don't have one to sell you. I think there's a link in my comments, but only one person ever bought NordVPN, so I don't even bother anymore. I use NordVPN. I pay for it with my own money. You know, use Yandex. Search there. It's more free than Google. Iran will fall. A co-worker has family there, and he's going for leadership of friends in the regime. I don't know. Look at how warm it is. It's snowing here. Yeah, it was nice. It's nice now. It's 42. I'm wearing 2 sweaters. Can I go find you while you're streaming? Sure. People say hi to me all the time. I traveled to LA to play mid-stakes poker last week. LA poker scene is dying. Ouch. We're walking down to the convention center. See the remnants of CES. Which evidently every single... do I want to be a Karen and write CES and be like, dear CES, you let every streamer in the entire city in. They don't do tech stuff. And I applied and I couldn't get credentials. What up with that? What up with that? What up with that? So that was weird, but hey. This is going to go away soon. This is the Royal Resort. They're going to have to dismantle this. This has been closed for years. There used to be a restaurant at the base right here called the Barrymore. One year, the wife and I were rebuilding our life a long time ago. We're staying at a cockroach hotel on the other side that used to be called Rita, what was it called? Blair House. Now it's called Rita Suites. And we would come over here and go to the nice restaurant once in a while. Younger generation is smarter and not into gambling. I don't know about that. I don't know. Have you seen, where are you getting that info? Are you looking into the official numbers? The LVCVA, they run a once a year test of, they run a poll and they'll tell you who's gambling, who's not. Might as well have a blank to your head in a timeshare sales pitch. Timeshare sales is really good at selling you stuff. I put that video up, nobody watched it. I thought it would be intriguing. They didn't care, but that's okay. During the time. Young people I know almost have been doing sports betting apps. Do you think buying a townhouse in Vegas is a good investment? I don't know, man. I mean, I like the idea of owning the land. I don't think you own the land with the town. I don't know how the deal is. They go up in price. I mean, it's something. It's real estate. If I don't get any comments, I might not talk as much. Let's go see Bagel Mania. This place is always busy. Even on a Sunday morning. We got pastrami. What's the mega scene like out there? There's a lot more Trump supporters than you think in Vegas. Most of them are still silent because they don't want to have friction in their lives. But most people you talk to out here, like any normal person, agrees with some things and disagrees with other things. But most of them would support the guy because of things like no tax on tips and whatnot. However, I don't know if the sentiment has changed from the casino industry with him forcing the tax regulations on gambling losses. That might have changed things. I'm largely insulated. I'll use all the coin I make on 1K to win times. All right, Bugs, if you're in my course, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. What the hell is he talking about? He sells a course? Yeah, I do. Go to the internet Wayback Machine. You can find all sorts of old sales pitches from YouTubers. Funny stuff. I used to work in timeshare. I know all about it. I got out. I saw the writing on the wall. I was in it. I was a crackpot. All my friends told me, you're a freaking moron. I said, no, this whole thing coming out of China is bad. They're welding people in their houses. There's a virus. If it gets here, it's big trouble. And I was right, so I got out of timeshare. Are these good cars? This is a Honda Genesis, or Hyundai Genesis. This is the luxury brand from Hyundai. My mechanic tells me these are a no-buy. They're hard to fix. Very modular. One system goes out, you replace the whole system. You can buy these, like, maybe not this one. Cars suck. I need a new one. I never got the TV when I went to a timeshare seminar. I walked out early. No Korean cars. I like Korean stuff. Thank you. This is Bagel Mania. Not to be confused with WrestleMania, but if you're not into bagels, they have a pink box. That's cool.
Good morning, welcome to P-Box. Can we get a triple OG?
Look at that.
And then, can we do a half a Snickers?
Dang, this ain't my scene. Oh, look, the stanchions. They have bagels. Ah, that's fancy pants. This place is always busy. I don't know. They don't advertise except for a couple of billboards around town. It's kind of slick to see it so busy and slammed all the time, isn't it? Look at this, dude. Where did everybody go? They went to Bagel Mania, bro. Unfreaking believable. Oh, we gotta look over here. They have a massive old photo, aerial photo. Whoa! I am so impressed with this wall. I'm quite enamored. Look at this. This is from the Sahara, I have to imagine. And it's a 360-degree panoramic photo. We have the Stardust, which is the modern-day Resorts World here. Oh, this isn't modern. This is from 2004. This is from 2004. You can tell. I'm trying to zoom in slightly. You can tell because the Stardust is under demolition. This is what they did with the Stardust. They tore it down bit by bit. Aha. Wow. That is the coolest picture I've seen in a while. I can't advocate for this place. I don't need any carbohydrates. But if it's this busy, week in, week out, you know it's got to be good, right? You know it's got to be good. Although I could just eat a pound of turkey. So, oh, they got old menus from the Flamingo. How much did it used to cost back in the day? You get shrimp for $1.25. Marinated herring, sour cream for 90 cents. Smoked Nova Scotia salmon, eh? Crab's legs, $1.50. Wow. What? From 1940 whatever, due to the tragic death of Mr. Ben Siegel, in Beverly Hills yesterday. We were assuming control and management of the Flamingo. You're not to discuss any information with the press or anyone else. This is from the mob, dude. Ah! This is mafia era stuff from the Flamingo. Unbelievable. That's Ben Siegel, by the way, aka Bugsy. That is some cool stuff. There's a lot of Jewish soda in here and a lot of weird sodas too. Cool stuff, man. I don't have any cravings for sweets anymore, dude. I don't have any cravings for food anymore. I just eat whenever I have to. My food intake has become quite utilitarian, if I do say so. I like McDonald's Bagel steak egg sandwich, $2 each. That's cool. Yeah, Bagel Mania.
You're not gonna break it.
Welcome to Bagel Mania. Would you like a bagel? That's I'm part Jewish. Like, I'm not anti-Semitic, but that's just that was just the voice that came to my mind. Food intake should be utilitarian. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, eating delicious stuff is great, but it was destroying my health. I had glycation buildup and end products, and most of you guys probably do. Glycation is a byproduct of things that come from sugar. It builds up in your cells, it attacks your proteins, it attacks your DNA, it causes inflammation, it causes wrinkles in the skin, it causes pain in the joints, it causes your mind to slow down. Went on off that stuff. Like, I could come out tonight and do a live stream at 9 p.m. I would sound like this. I cut my caffeine at 1 or 2 p.m. You know? CS is over, baby. Over. But we're gonna walk through convention area anyways. This is the newest part of the convention center out here. Start a carnivore diet after watching my streams. Oh, cool, Dan. Well, let me know if you have any questions. I'll answer them. Most U.S. people don't live past 78 years old because of poor eating habits and fatness. Come on and get you down with the fatness. Yeah, well, because they changed the food pyramid. Still telling people to eat fruits, which is highly full of fructose, which is bad for you, but whatever. You know, CES. Just box it all up. This one's going to the boneyard. The boneyard, that's what he said. What? Let's keep going. They were gonna build a non-gaming resort here. This used to be the site of the Greek Isles. Before it was the Greek Isles, it was the Debbie Reynolds. It was part hotel, part timeshare. Can you explain why the price of luxury goods keep going up? Yeah, more people can't afford to buy them. K-shaped recovery, you're not on the right side of it. I'm not saying you who asked that question is not on the right side of it. But we're in a K-shaped recovery. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and if you're in the middle thinking you're doing okay, you're eventually on the lower end of the K. What do I mean by a K-shaped recovery? Like, it's not hard. I'll show you the letter K. Okay, let's just bring up the letter K. The letter K. So I'm gonna show you so you can understand what I'm talking about. Go to the images, they sell the letter K. See that? That's the letter K. The recovery split. Either you're going up or you're going down. You're up or you're down. Most people are not down, up, they are down. So luxury space exists for those that can afford it. And what you may not know about luxury bags, which a lot of you guys are gonna immediately reject because you don't wanna do any research because it hurts your worldview. Because your worldview is that luxury items are stupid. They're made for $15 out of China. Maybe that's true, but it doesn't matter. People will pay what they think it's worth. And if you bought a Chanel bag 2 years ago, it's worth more today than when you bought it. And you could flip it and make a profit. That's true, go look it up. Watches, handbags, certain types of cars, certain brands have this Disney vault effect, which is where they put things in the vault. Chanel will never make the same bag twice. They'll make a series of bags and then they will sell it for 6 months and then they will stop selling it, only make so many of them, and when they're all purchased, people want them because they're collectible, and then somebody will pay more and the market drives the price up. End of story. That's it. Now, how do you be on the top of the K-shape? Great question. Get a new job, get an education, form a skill, start a business. Start a business, trade the markets, scalp the markets, invest your money. I don't care which way you go, dog, but if you don't do it, I don't know. Here's my course. Go watch a 3-minute and 50-second long video. I'll post it in the comments twice. Get it for $199 today if you use the code LS02. And I'll see you as a student in the course. I bought my 88 Trans Am in 91 with digital dash and T-tops for $10K. We're still about the same today. I guess I'll keep it. Too many fakes. Dude, let me tell you, I bought fake AirPod Max. I couldn't tell. I had a pair of super fakes till I went to Apple. I returned them to the pawn shop. Bought a real pair of AirPod Max from Best Buy. Love those damn headphones. I like these too. I mean, I'm down with my AirPod Pros, but something good about the AirPod Max for working out and stuff. It takes money to make money, but if you make it little bits and you invest it in little bobs, how do you know they were counterfeit? Well, I couldn't tell at first because I didn't have the real product in my hand before I bought them. But there was a few things. AirPod Max are made out of aluminum or a type of metal, so they're generally always cold when you touch them. The dial on the top of an AirPod Max for volume and for play pause and doesn't jiggle. It doesn't have clicks. This one did. And the noise isolation worked, but it didn't work the way it should. And it wouldn't pair. If you guys don't know Apple products, let's say I'm listening on this phone to my AirPod Max, the one I'm streaming on. Then I open this and I watch a video on this iPhone. My AirPod Max transfer over to this without me doing anything or pressing anything. And then let's say I go into my Mac in my studio and I listen and I start a video there. It'll transfer to my Mac. And then I go back to my phone I'm streaming on. It'll just transfer from place to place. These didn't do that. They would pair with one device and then not transfer over. But they had Apple Care. They had a policy. Expired in September of 2027. I thought, wow, these must be legit. They had the right software update. These must be legit. Took him to the Apple store. He said, these are so not legit. I said, how do you know? He says, well, the first time somebody brought these in for service was in Hong Kong, China. There it is. And they've been all around the world. So somebody cloned all the information in them. Made it look like they were real. And he had every time that Apple Care policy had been investigated at an Apple store across the world. So there it is. You can't wear earpods. Some people can't. The AirPods Max are over the ear headphones. Actually, they call it transparency mode. When you press the button, you feel like you're not wearing them because you can hear things. I would actually be able to hear enhanced things around me. It's crazy. They're so good. They have so many microphones on them. These are not chemtrails. What are they then? Or comtrails? These are chemtrails, right? That's it. They're seeding the clouds. It's all about government control. I don't know. That's what some people tell me. I don't know if that's true. So this is CES. The convention show is so big that they put these things out here. And also out here had a whole bunch of stuff. I've been to it a few years ago. We'll swing around this way, walk down Paradise Road for a little bit. This is the convention center. Chemtrails, copper seeding, government control, black dot helicopters, like Dale Gribble once said. They never pumped oxygen into the casino floors. That's a myth. The white lines seen behind aircraft are condensation. Linear clouds. AirPods Pro 3 are a worthy upgrade. Yeah, these are the 3s. I buy the AirPods day one always. They're popcorn. This is $250. This is a popcorn purchase. I don't need to spend a lot of money. The Macs were $449. They're usually $550. And I got them on Black Friday sale. They're kind of old. They haven't been updated in 6 years, but I went in for it. Whatever. Who cares? I didn't go to last year's show. Last year I was sick, couldn't go anywhere. In the previous year I went there 3 years ago. Try to go this year. MK Ultra, sure. Monorail. I hear those things are awfully loud. It glides as gently as a cloud. Is there a chance the track could bend? Not in your life, my Hindu friend. What about us drunken slobs? You'll be given cushy jobs. I say it's Springfield's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice. Rest in peace to Phil Hartman. Were you sent here by the devil? No, good sir, I'm on the level. What is it? The top came off my pudding can. Use my penknife, my good man. Imagine if the monorail actually went to the airport. It won't, but Elon Musk's stuff is going to the airport in 2026. That was that episode won some kind of daytime Emmy or some kind of Emmy award. Not daytime. It won an Emmy award for that song at The Simpsons. It's called Marge versus the Monorail, if anybody's curious. And it was actually written by Conan O'Brien. He was the chief writer on that episode. Man, this time bring back memories. Yeah, they had a bigger version of this back in the day, but the wind blew it over. Now it's got a smaller version. Welcome, Carol. That's a show that I gotta watch with my wife when she gets back. There's a show on Apple. They put this on, like, this is like a viral sign. Welcome, Carol. Pluribus, which is the name of an old video game that never existed, probably. Did Elon? Yeah, dude. Shoot, there's tunnels right now. If we go to Westgate over here, why not? Who cares? Maybe the signal won't die this time. We'll see some tunnels at Westgate. Tunnels go to the airport right now. They just have to get regulatory approval to run to the tunnels, which I suspect will be harder than they think it will be. Because the taxi industry is one of the biggest lobby groups out here. Do they run the monorail to the high-speed rail? No. No, the monorail stops at MGM Grand. It'll never go any further. Within 10 years, this will not exist. This track will be gone. Because the monorail is made on Bombardier, which is a Canadian company, but then the Bombardier sold out their monorail business, and now they don't make parts for this monorail. So to keep it going, monorail companies have to go to other monorail operators have to go to other monorail operators. Like, so for example, if they needed a motor or a wheel or some kind of electronics for this monorail here in Vegas, they can call up Disney and see if Disney wants to sell them something. But otherwise, it's a sunk cost fallacy. You keep the monorail going, and eventually you end up losing money operating it. Yeah, Bombardier doesn't do these anymore. And the monorail company was formed in the 90s, late 90s, by a couple of casino companies that wanted to do the gift shop idea. So if you ever go to, like, yeah, see, my network just got bad. Of course it did. Secondary business and higher maintenance costs. So, for example, if you go to the Greater Toronto Zoo, I remember doing that as a kid. When you want to leave the zoo, you have to go through the gift shop. So the monorail company was kind of the same way. Let's put a monorail station. With the exception of Convention Center, every one of these leads you through a casino property. See how it works? The Convention Center station over here is the only one that doesn't do that. So, and people just didn't use it. It lost money. And when it opened, I was here in 2004 when it first opened. And they built it on their own. Bombardier, the Canadian company that made it, was like, hey, by the way, for only a few $1 million more, we can send down our own people, help you install it, help you test it, make sure it works. They said, no, we got this. It's all good. What ended up happening was that it ran for 6 months with problems, testing, lost money every day. Doors were opening while it was doing test runs. wheel fell off. Just a total shit show from the get-go. It was bought by the LVSteven during COVID-19. It started to become profitable, but now it's being sunsetted. Musk's tunnels will cover 85 miles in Vegas and take people off the strip into Chinatown, into residential neighborhoods. And if you hate Elon Musk, that's fine. You probably like Neil Tice deGrasse Junior High. You probably like him. And he even said, we either have to fly above traffic or drive below it, because building more lanes is not the answer. And he's right. And if you hate Elon Musk, you probably like Adam Ruins Everything. He's a woke guy. So if you hate Elon Musk, I assume that you like these leftist people, which is fine. I love you all the same. You don't have to quit my channel for me saying that to you. Adam Ruins Everything did an episode on that when he had a TV show. He's right. He said you add more lanes of traffic and then more cars come in. So you go underneath or above. We don't fly in cars, but we can drill under the ground. That's why the Vegas loop is so good. Whew, quite the walk. Here we are at the Westgate. I like Adam's channel now. He stopped being a woke crybaby. I'm sure he still is, but he's not doing it on his stream anymore. And he's actually, a couple of videos I watched of his in the last 6 months, he's been spitting some good stuff. I gotta tell you. I give people a second chance. Elon didn't invent anything, but he made wise investments. Well, it's very hard to invent anything in 2025, 2026. Very hard. Right? Thomas Edison didn't invent recording devices for music, but he made them accessible and better. You know, Thomas Edison didn't even invent the moving picture camera. Henry Ford didn't invent cars, but he's largely credited with the mass production and popularization of automobile travel. Cars were invented in Germany. One-stroke engines, half-stroke engines, you know, but you're right. But it's not that he made wise investments. He also, so it's important you understand this about capitalists, because some people are anti-capitalist. But I think what they mean is they're anti-people who make so much money that it's absolutely absurd, because you can't be anti-capitalist. Capitalists are the ones that take all the risks. Capitalists are the ones that put their money on the line to do something and then hire and create jobs for people to work in. And if they're fair and equitable capitalists, then a lot of people get rich along the way. The average person working for Tesla makes 6 figures. You know, low 6 figures, mid, some high. And so it could be argued that he gave those people a better life by taking his risks. Why are we walking around places with no people? Because it's my channel flag and I want to do what I want to do, brother. You're right, it's the fair and equitable part that can be incredibly hard. Incredibly hard. Money and the love of money is biblical. It's not that money is the root of all evil, it's the love of money is the root of all evil. People want to consolidate power and control. I don't know, there should be people at Westgate. I mean, maybe we'll see some checkouts. I like Westgate though. It's one of my wife and I had one of our first dates here back in the day. We got the Elvis stuff inside too. They're going all in on Elvis. I see an Elvis thing inside. Let me sit down and get some water. You can't technically record in casinos now. Depends on the property. Some properties are nice, some properties are not. That's it. There's no homeless people near here, bro. They wouldn't come near here. There's no people. Homeless people are like pigeons. They want to go where the food is. Low-key, one of my favorite parts of Sunday mornings are your live streams. My boyfriend and I just got back from Vegas in January. My feet's all right, man. Like I said, I've been treating them for the last few days. We'll see if they turn out to be okay. No, listen. He's a used guy's an asshole. He compared homeless people to pigeons. Yes. So, it's a survival mechanism. I believe that homeless people have had the zest of life destroyed out of them and that they are in survival mode. And that's sad because every single person needs to understand that their life can change in a New York minute. I'm proof of that. But at one point, I was ready to give up on everything. I found Jesus. I found the futures market. I found a mentor. I found a new mentor. Now, I make stupid and impulsive $500 decisions, but I shouldn't. Like, you know, but everybody can change their life around. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm not any smarter than anybody else. You understand this, right? Like Jordan Peterson has 150 IQ. I can't understand. I don't think he's at, like, I think he has severe deficits, but when it comes to a lot of things, he has a capacity to learn. I'm no different. I'm just a regular guy. Whatever it is, you can do it too. Go to the best buffet, grab them. They're homeless. Don't church it up. No, Kevin, I'm telling my story, bro. We call it in the Christian ideology, we call it our testimony. And I understand it's not for everybody, dude. And if it's not for you, you can leave. You can tap out. But hopefully you stick around. Look at all the cool Elvis stuff. Wow.
It was 85 degrees when I left.
We got Elvis's sequence stuff here. So we've seen this before. There's a lot of Elvis stuff here. If you're an Elvis fan, this is the place for you. If you're a fan of history. Got his microphone down here. This ring, oh, this is ring actually. TCB, taking care of business. I wonder if Bachman Turner Overdrive wrote that song because of Elvis. Why aren't you in church right now? Mark, be nice. Church is the scriptural definition of church is coming together to talk about God with one or more of the followers of the faith. It's not going to a building every single week. So there's that. So I do church in a different way. Mark's one of my students. He's a supporter. So when I see that comment, I roll my eyes and say, most people don't understand. So I should be nice and teach them. We got the Elvis statue. You know, one thing I'll say about Westgate, it's a timeshare company. David Siegel was not exactly a great person in real life, if you look at his history. But one thing he did do that I appreciate is he moved the statue inside. This used to be outside. It used to be just gross and weathered and had pigeon feces all over it. And he moved this inside, which is great. The statue belongs here. Elvis set the stage for all the groups that you see in Vegas today. And it looks like we have some kind of museum. I'm glad I came here today. Is this all Elvis stuff? Man, did they ever triple down on the king out here? How long has this been out here for, do you know?
Just opened up 30 minutes ago. Just temporary.
I was gonna say, like, they went full on Elvis. Is there some anniversary that I don't know about? Probably.
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
When he first came.
Ah, there you go. So it's the Elvis anniversary. What is it, 1960 maybe? Is that what we're looking at? So we got when Elvis, this was the time that Elvis wore Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat. Or he co-opted Native Americanism. So, you know, here's the fun part. If Elvis did this in 2026, they would cancel him because he is co-opting a community. This is that Elvis. So what they do here is they got photos of when he actually wore this stuff down here. So they got proof. This is this thing from Hawaii. His guitar. We got Elvis for 1 million copies of Can't Help Blind Men Say Only Fools Must Shame. There's Elvis's military garb. 2nd Armored Division, Fort Hood, Texas yearbook. Elvis's Army-issued Germany driver's manual. You will drive within the laws of the state in Germany. We got all their stuff here. Man, dude, if Elvis was around now, he'd totally be on gear. He'd be on the sauce. Look at all these weak men. Girly men. Come on, get to the gym. We got Elvis in the T800 costume. Elvis was legit karate, judo, was it? Karate. Dang, that's kind of neat. Good stuff, man. This guitar from the Hawaii thing. $1 Million Quartet. That's a show that existed with Elvis, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. MGM script. No one is authorized to dispose of same. Please do not lose or destroy this script. Return to script part of it. What script is this? Speedway. This is when Elvis was Speed Racer. Steve Allen show. Dang, that's kind of neat. And then we got all this stuff in here. Elvis's American Eagle stage belt. Elvis would nowadays would be like, oh, you're an America supporter, get out. What would Elvis be if he grew up? Or if he lived? How old would he be? Holy smokes, he'd be like almost 100, wouldn't he? Now you're getting a Canadian passport to come to the Elvis thing in Vegas. Well, there you go. I didn't read any of your comments. You know, it's like they say John Lennon, towards the end of his life, his personal assistant said he actually became conservative. Can you believe that? John Lennon. He wrote like the most Marxist song in the world. Imagine. It's crazy. I still love me some John Lennon. So he was born in 35. So yeah, he'd be 91 years old today. The feeling if I don't win, I'm gonna break even. So look at the roses up here. Is that not cool? What's the plan for today? I don't know. I'm gonna go home after. No, I'm gonna go shoot photos. I brought a camera and a lens I want to test out. Manilow has cancer. I hope he's okay. They say they caught it in the early stages in his lungs. Hopefully he's all right. I think he's paused all of his performances. Hey, Steven, where does the Barry Manilow perform? He's at the International Theater back here, but he's not performing right now. He's going through a cancer battle. So you don't hear about, because he's not a social media TikTok influencer with 100 million followers. Rally towels, go Bills. I want to see the Bills do something good this year. People of Buffalo deserve it. Benihana, this is like Restaurant Row over here. Have you ever been harassed by a random person? Lots of times, bro. Bob Dingo harassed me on a live stream once. He meant well. He just wanted clicks. Yeah, man. I just block them now. Like, I get emails from people. Just send to spam. Never see it again. Barry Manilow's a prolific songwriter. He had to write a song called I Write the Songs. This is his theater back here. International Theater. I did a whole video on this. If you guys are interested, type in Elvis Ghost Not Leaving Las Vegas. You'll see it. We go into the theater. We go into Elvis's suite. We go backstage the theater. So if you want to search YouTube for Elvis Ghost Not Leaving Las Vegas, it'll come right up. Let me show you how that looks. Elvis Ghost Not Leaving Las Vegas. It's this one. That's the video. It's from 4 years ago. It's got 45,000 views. So we go into the backstage here. We go into the theater. We walk around where Elvis did his walkouts. We go into the Elvis suite. We have a ghost encounter. It was pretty crazy. That's the International Theater at the Westgate, formerly the LVH, formerly the Las Vegas Hilton. No, I think it was the LV Hotel at one point too. Jen Kramer is a Canadian magician. She has her show here, so Canadians can come support Jen Kramer. She's a knucklehead. Well, it's easy. Ragdoll, baby, you treat me like you never been fun. you like a bad boy? So we got the Zen Lounge. This is new branding. Benihana. It's a good Benihana out here, actually. It's really cool up here, too. Going to Benihana. They got some cool LED lightings. It's a hip little place. I would go here. If you were my friend or my family, I'd bring you out to the Westgate. I'd show you the history. If you're a sports fan, you got the Superbook in the back. It's pretty dope. Pretty safe to walk here at night, I'd say, too, at this point. For some reason, they have heat lamps and carving stations. So it looks like they do football with food out here. You got the viewing area out here. Plus bands on the busy nights.
You got it too. Visa's fraud protection? You don't pay for what you don't buy.
Well, if I went to Benihana, I'd probably just eat the beef. But then I would also understand the beef is marinated in sugar. So it would throw me for a loop. But I'd still have to eat something. Just skip the rice, dog. You'll be okay. Hot time. You know what it's easy? So fine. You never see me leaving by the front door. I came over here to show you the loop station. It's right over here. It's across the way. Baby, won't you do me like you never did? Ever done any research on Howard Hughes? What do you want to know about Howard Hughes? Frank Sinatra hated Howard Hughes. Passion. He was anti-Semitic too, Frank was. A lot of those old school Italian guys could be pretty racist and anti-Semitic. I'm just spitting facts. If you're Italian American, then maybe your family was different. I'm just giving you how it was. And he hated Howard Hughes because Howard Hughes stole his girlfriend. His girlfriend was a famous actor. I can't remember. David Gabor, I think it was. Life is an adventure that invites you to explore beyond your comfort zones. Oh, I want to read you this. I'm reading this book called Emotional Intelligence. I want to read this to you. I sent this to my wife yesterday. I found this muy profundo, you know? It said, Aristotle's challenge. Anyone can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person to the right degree at the right time for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not easy. That's from the Nicomachean Ethics. That was good. I want to share that with you today. I'm glad that popped into my head. Jeez, think about it. Ava Gardner, thank you. I got the smartest audience. Have you subscribed to the thing? Are you enjoying this? Am I a rambling fool? Probably. That's the Vegas loop. That goes to Convention Center, Resorts World Encore, soon to go in other places. They're building hubs. So you have to be angry at the right... Yes, you have to be angry at the right person. You can't just have unfettered rage. Do you understand how... Oh, I just linked it up in my head, my stupid Asperger's brain. Think about this. In the modern day political rhetoric, anyone can become angry, but to be angry with the right person. Am I the right person to be angry with if you're angry at Donald Trump? Okay. To the right degree. Is it right to tell me to go F myself in my comments because I said that government employees are doing their jobs? At the right time. Is it appropriate for you to rip me apart and quit my channel? For the right purpose and in the right way. Do you see what I'm saying now? So, and that goes for you conservative folks too, okay? Don't be angry at people because they were a Biden supporter or Kamala Harris supporter, because now you're doing what you don't like people doing to you. Everybody's fighting a battle today. You don't know their battle. They could have a mom who has cancer, a daddy with severe COVID-19 disease. They could have a dog that just died, who was their family friend for 20 years. They could have a kid who just got kicked out of school. And then you get with them and they're not thinking straight. And you take it personally, and then you start breaking the 4 agreements. Take things personally, right? You presuppose what they mean, right? You stop being impeccable with your word. You start talking negatively about them. It's a cycle. Mike's moving to Vegas, baby. I got the Welsh connection in the crowd. Cool, cool, cool. Go read the 4 Agreements. It's a free audiobook on YouTube most of the time. Go listen to it. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. It'll change your outlook on life. There you go. My gift to you. How'd you do? I want to show you the sports book. Does anybody want to see the biggest sports book arguably in the city? Don't tell Richard Wilk I said that. He'll drive by snowball my house, that crazy Canadian. Rag dog, living in a movie. Hot tramp, daddy's little cutie. So fine, you never see me leaving. I got one COVID shot. Yeah, I got the Johnson & Johnson shot. I did. I didn't like the research I read on the other one. We'll leave it at that. I got the J&J, and then they canceled it the next day. And everybody said, you're gonna be in big trouble. And I said, well, my wife's Asian. She's older than me. She has to go home and see her family eventually. So we had to make an executive decision that was best for us. And you do you. So, you know. Listen, man, I already alienate. Oh, this is new. This is a cool lounge called Velvet. Also, I already alienated too many people in the last 10 days. I don't want to alienate no more. If you got a shot, I respect you. You did what you thought was right for you, and I'm for your body and your choice, bro. I don't think you should get the A word either when you have a baby in you. I think you're going to pay for that later, but it's still your body, your choice, bro. You do you. I'll do me. Why can't I find the... There are timeshare people everywhere. This is the old entrance to the Star Trek experience. You can tell because the archways are shaped like the Starship Enterprise NC-701D, is it? I can't remember. Vaccines are backed by scientific facts, but not all are necessary all the time. The problem with the vaccine is that they change the definition of the vaccine. I don't know if you know this, but if you spent 10 minutes and just did a little bit of research, here's how you do it. Step A, okay? You type in CDC vaccine definition. It'll bring you to the CDC website. You're going to see the current modern day definition of a vaccine, which changed about 4 or 5 years ago. Step B, you're going to take the link and you're going to go to archive.org. You're going to paste the link in and click on Wayback Machine, right? Go to the Wayback Machine. Then on the third step, you're going to pick 2019. Any date. It archives the page and saves it forever. Nobody can molest it or mess with it. Then you're going to see the definition of vaccine in 2019 was very different than it was in 2022. You're going to see that it said that it stopped viruses. But in 2022, they changed the definition to say that it reduces the severity of viruses. That's the issue. Moving on. This is the sports book. Killer. Let's go see it. Westgate's known as a very good casino and place to work. Generally, the employees that work here really enjoy their jobs. They are friendly and nice. Really cool. When the state made everybody wear masks, Westgate had this cool thing they did where they would take your photo and print the bottom part of your face on your mask. So you still had your face, which I thought was pretty cool. So it's going to be super slammed in here, I imagine, because of football. This is one of the largest sports books in the world. I like this place, man. I'm glad I came here today. Thanks for being with me on the stream. You guys have been lovely people. Yeah, got a lot of full seats in here, man. Look at how high the ceilings are. Yes, sir, yes, sir. If you've never been to a sports book in Vegas, okay. So you got a lot of regular seats that you can chill out and sit at. Then if you come to a place like this, because you're here to gamble on sports and horses, what you're gonna do is you're gonna press a button. I said, you're gonna press a button, Sarah, and then the television's gonna turn on. Then you're gonna be able to sit here and watch a horse track from somewhere. This is Gulfstream Park, I don't know where that is. And you should, see, now this is Laurel Park. Now we're looking at a logo. Okay, this is Fairgrounds, a Churchill Downs company. This is what's on television apparently. So they have Dish Network. That's what we're looking at. So you can sit here, be in your little bubble, plug your phone in on the USB Type A, which you probably don't have because it's all C now. And you can like just basically sit here and enjoy your life. Watch your sports and bet on your horses. Be Fred Flintstone. Bet. Anyways. Yep. So Circa has a big sports book too, but I don't know that they have these little TV viewing areas. The entire sports book is smoke free. That's interesting. I didn't know that. ESPN Radio apparently broadcasts from out here. That's cool. I mean, I like Circa too, dog, but this is the OG, man. This is the OG big boy in town. This is the biggest on the strip. It's not on the strip technically, but whatever. Yeah, lots of people here, man. So you could come here for Super Bowl. You probably have to pay a decent amount. Let's see if... I don't know if anybody knows what you'd have to pay. Let's see here. So I guess this plan is this for rollers, the clubhouse? Probably. We can't aim our camera at the window. Let's see if we could find somebody we can ask about Super Bowl Sunday. Gotta be careful over here. I'm gonna tilt my camera down purposefully. I got you. So he says I gotta ask food and beverage. I don't know. Go on their website. Go find out. I did have an ingrown toenail issue. I managed to self-care that with dental floss. But yeah. Let's go outside. I need some fresh air, man. Oh, somebody asked me where the stinkiest bathrooms were. It's yuck. I can smell it from here. So we just found a new bad-smelling bathroom king here at the Westgate. That's the one negative. You know how like you see like reviews of products and it says pros and cons? Well, the con is that the bathrooms smell horrible. It's because it's an old place. What is this back here? Oh, there's a country club. I forgot. Look at this, man. Look at those entries. That's cool. This was never the MGM Grand now. This was the, back in the day, this was the International when it was built up by, Kirk Kerkorian built this. So here's a history. If you guys want to hear, say yes in the chat. Let's increase the chat engagement rate. Come on. Who has not subscribed? You should subscribe off the live streams. Live stream channels never grow, dude. I'll tell you this, before he went off his kilter and did horrible things, you know, the Sin City Family Guy, they did streams every day. They couldn't get over 70K. People don't subscribe off streams, but you should subscribe because I do regular video on demand uploads every week, like 4 or 5 days a week. So Kirk Kerkorian built this place, and he built it off the strip on purpose because the convention center right next door was doing a huge expansion at the time, and he basically knew where the business was going to be. And when it opened, this place was the largest hotel on the planet. Kirk Kerkorian. He was competing directly against Howard Hughes at the time, bought all this land. Howard Hughes laughed at it, said it was a joke, built the International. International gets Hilton branding. Now it's a Hilton International. Convention Center grows, everything's good. He sells the property to Hilton International. He then buys land. He owned land. Actually, no, what happens is, here's what happens. He owned land that Jay Sarno wanted to build the Caesar's Palace. So he sold that land on the Strip, bought this land, built this property, sold this property, built the modern day Horseshoe, which at the time was called the MGM Grand. He owned the MGM film catalog. That's why he built it as the MGM Grand. He was hoping to make it a themed hotel back when there were no themed hotels. He had movie stars for the opening of the MGM Grand back in the day. And it failed. Didn't garner the attention he wanted. Then there was a massive tragic fire because there was no sprinklers above like the second or third floor and any property in Vegas at the time. Did you see Hilton then denounced the hotels? I did a whole video on that, Owen. That's where I lost all my subscribers because I said that the ICE and the DHS people were trying to do their jobs and feed their families. If you guys don't know the drama behind that, I don't want to introduce more of it onto my channel because I lost 100 subscribers overnight. That's big for me. That hurt my feelings. I had people tell me to go F myself because I thought differently than them. Just hilarious because my wife and I are both immigrants. The hell. Anyway, so he builds up the MGM Grand. That fails. Giant fire. Sells it to Bally's. Bally's calls it the Bally's. Builds the new MGM Grand on the second south part of the Strip. So what we have here is a man named Kirk Kerkorian. Steve Wynn gets all the credit for building Vegas. Kirk Kerkorian did this. He built the largest hotel in Vegas. Then he sold it. Then he built the largest hotel in Vegas in the MGM Grand, the original. Then he sold it. Then he built the largest hotel in Vegas. A third time. Actually, wrong. These were the largest properties in the world at the time. So Kirk Kerkorian built the largest property in the world 3 times in Vegas. And yet we pretty much put the responsibility for modern day Vegas directly on the shoulders of Steve Wynn. Kind of wild. So you're 1% smarter, subscribe. And then this place was sold from the Hilton. They took their branding off of it. At one point, Hilton was really big into Vegas. They owned the Flamingo Hilton, the Las Vegas Hilton. And this is not a joke. You can look this up. They built the Paris. Original plans when the Hilton was involved was to call it the Paris Hilton. And then she banged a dude on a camera. And that never happened. And yeah, for reals. Yeah, they owned a lot of stuff, the Hilton in Vegas. Now the Hilton controls the rooms at the Virgin Hotel and at Resorts World. So they control the rooms, they manage the reservation system, they make strategic partnerships instead of owning casinos and hotels in Vegas. I don't think Kirk Kerkorian and Steve Wynn, we can say which one is smarter than the other. Steve Wynn saw gaps in the market. Kirk Kerkorian saw gaps in the market. Steve Wynn, he understood luxury more than Kirk Kerkorian. Kirk Kerkorian never did luxury, but he did build in good spots, like this spot right here when there was nothing here and the convention center was building up. So they were smart in different ways. Look this up instead of Google it. Well, I mean, I'll AI it. I'll grok it with concise answers. Hilton owns Polo Club? Okay. Kirk Kerkorian was a World War II pilot who, after the war, started a company that made airplane parts, and then he bought an airline. I can't remember which airline. It may have been Pan Am. I'm not sure. And then he sold the airline, and then he invested in Vegas heavily. That's the story that you didn't know. Hilton owns Polo Tires? Maybe. I don't know the timeshare business right now as much. I know that it's been consolidating. I know that like Westgate bought Vacation International. I used to promote for them back before COVID hit. I know that Hilton Grand Vacation went on a bit of a spree. They bought some, not Westgate. No, they bought, you're right, Diamond Resorts maybe. Could be. I mean, I'll just take your word on it. I don't have the wherewithal to do any research right now. I'm getting gassed. It's been, what, 2 hours? Steven Weinberg, yep. Stephen Wynn was born Steven Weinberg. I did a documentary. Thank you, Owen. What's my prediction of Vegas this year? Vegas will return to at least 2024 levels this year. The economy, the stock market's going to grow tremendously. Here's my snapshot for 2026. More layoffs because 60% of everybody is going to keep laying off. 60% of large-scale companies are going to continue their layoffs. They're going to grow their profits. The market's going to grow. The affluent asset holders, the AA class, they're going to grow. The top 10% is going to grow. They'll keep coming to Vegas. Vegas will keep catering to them. More and more people will come back. We won't beat 2024. We'll beat 2025 likely, or come close to it. International tourists will slowly come back. The World Cup will bring a lot of people to the United States. So will the Olympics. And as more people come in, positive experiences will spread online about how the Border Patrol is not trying to lock people up randomly for no reasons. So some international people will come back, some will stay away based on principles and who they don't like in office, which is their prerogative. They can be Bobby Brown on it all day long. So we'll get better slowly over time, but you ain't getting cheap Vegas. That's what it is, man. You know? Prices in 2026 probably going to come down tremendously. We might have $1.99, $1.50 gas by the end of the year across America. We're going to get tons of heavy crude from Venezuela. It's going to cost the price of diesel fuel. I don't know if that actually is right. I could be wrong. Diesel may not come from heavy crude, but it'll drive the price on heating oils, gasoline, petrol for your cars down. Transportation will be less. Products will fall in price. Tariffs will remain. People will not really notice because we have to feed the economy anyways. But layoffs will continue. And if you're on the wrong side of the K, your life's going to suck. And if you're on the right side of the K and you can participate in the profits of the companies that are making all this money, your life's going to be better. If you have a skill and you can get in and you have a good investor, or you can trade crypto, or you can trade the futures market, you're going to do great in 2026. That's it. If you don't know any of that stuff, look into my course. It's called 1K a day. To get in today for the first few people, I have a coupon. If you're watching after, try the coupon anyways. Go watch a video. See how I teach people how to scalp the markets. They do their base hits, we call it. Some of them are making 50 bucks a day. Some of them 200. You owe it to yourself and to your family and to your future to learn a skill, though. Whatever it decided it's going to be. If it's not me, go do something else. If you want to trade futures, I posted the link twice. Go get my course. Like 100 videos. I'm adding to it every week. Got 800 students. I try really hard to get back to people right away. They're my pride and joy is that I'm helping people out. What camera do you use when walking the area? I'm just using an iPhone right now for streaming. If I had a camera today, it'd probably be my Ace Pro 2. But I'm waiting for some attachments to come in the mail from Insta360. But I have like too many cameras. I have a Action Pro 6 by DJI. I have the Pocket 3. I have the Ace Pro 2 by Insta360. I have the Go Ultra by Insta360. I have an X5. I'm walking around, I got my Sony in my back pocket. I wouldn't film on that. Just use your phone, get a gimbal for $100. You don't need to spend a lot of money, especially if you're not professional. Just get into the groove of making. Go get a book on Amazon called How to Shoot Videos That Don't Suck. Read it, it's very short.
Of course.
It's 100 videos. Cut that down to 50 or less. I mean, that's your opinion. I don't know how many courses you've made. I don't know how you teach. It's 100 videos, dude. I do trade replays. There's like 10 of those. You want me to stop making videos, jack the price up to $2,000 where it should be, right? Except that I won't do those two things. So go get it today if you want to for 199 bucks and expect more videos. Whatever, I do what I want. I'll put the link in twice more again. Come on, guys. Embark on a new journey in life, bro. Steve, does your wife drag you to Goldilocks? That was held. I'm sure we'll be there next weekend. We're not Goldilocks people, dude. In the Philippines, we'll go to Goldilocks. It's a Filipino brand. Sell pastries, cakes. We should buy birthday cake at Goldilocks, but no, we don't eat the food there. She goes to Calderetas. Calderias. That's Filipino for like a little mom and pop, little buffets. Filipinos don't eat a lot of food cooked at home. My wife does. She makes food at home, but culturally they like to eat out a lot. Everything is like takeaway. I don't really like Jollibee. When I eat fast food, you know, the only way that you are going to make it is pay him for his course. He loves helping you out as long as you are paying him. Hey, it's parabolic. Don't be a douchebag, bro. Go to the front of this video. I actually showed people entries on trades right at the very beginning of this video. Parabolic is people watch it. People watch it. That's genuine help. Parabolic, dude. You need to chill out your role, bro. Such an idiotic thing people say. Anyways, I don't like Filipino spaghetti. You only help people. The last 2 live streams I've done, I've showed people where entries on a trading chart are. They shouldn't do them because they don't know how to do them, but I showed people. Yippers. Or maybe you'd like me to fake some trades and post up YouTube shorts showing me making $5,000 in 30 seconds and then sell the course that way on a lie, because that's not how the trading world works. Or I can be realistic, dog. Go to the front of the video. I showed people. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Because you really get a bug in my craw. I got a bug in my craw. I don't like when you did that, bro. I don't think it's right. I gotta, you know, I didn't actually record where I did it. Man, it's at the start of my video. I don't really care, bro. But anyways, we're gonna keep on trekking here. Because people are asking me about silver. Not neat silver. Silver. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so you can see right here, man. Because I don't care what you want to tell me. Oh, damn it. So it was right here. I was showing people entries right there. They didn't pay me a damn penny. I was showing them what my students know, what they can do, which way I think it's going to go. Whatever. Not a good time to buy silver? I don't know, man. The market's gonna open tomorrow. Silver's gonna probably drop to a support level and then it's gonna spike back up. Silver has no downside right now. I'm not telling you to buy silver. You guys do what you're gonna do, right? This is not financial advice, but silver has no downside because 60% of all the silver in the world is already purchased for physical delivery to manufacturing and to the military and to companies that need it for their industrial processes. Sean says, I saved Vegas Media. No, bro. Nobody watches my channel. They watch the Hey Guys channels. Thank you, Sean, for the super chat. So, buy and save Vegas Media. There's a lot of channels out there. There's like Norma and Travel Ruby, and then there's Turn Up World, and there's Jacob, and there's Pompsy, and there's J&K, and they're all great channels. Go watch them. They're getting the 1 million views, 100,000 views. I'm really happy to get what I get. I'm really grateful. My channel saw a massive growth spurt in the summertime. God bless it. Led me to where I was today. Could do this full time, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. That's my story, dude. Let's go through the Fountain Blue because we're already in this area. Some people are recommending copper. Copper's in plentiful supply. You got the place to yourself. I think buying that is worthless. How are you gonna break a gold bar for a trade? Blessed. Hashtag blessed, Sean. Still clean up around all that landscaping. Vegas ain't dead yet. Well, of course, it's a major casino. You want me to take you downtown? You want to go to North Las Vegas with me? I ain't driving through that neighborhood with my car, bro. I was downtown once and I stopped at a little gas station and I was like, what is that clicking noise from my tire? Do I have a nail? No, it was a bullet shell casing. It was a bullet shell casing. It's fun. Whatever.
You know, shoot. This is America, as the song says. It's like, okay, no, give me places not to drive for 100, Alex. That neighborhood. Yeah, I got rocks thrown at me. I've been all over, man. I remember back in the day getting rocks thrown at me just for being a streamer. Why is the crime so bad? This is not. Well, here it's not. Here you're on every single flock camera on the planet Earth out here. You got flock everywhere. Flock you. You get no privacy on the strip. Let's take a look-see. Where's my flock at? Where's my flock cameras at? Usually they're at the entrance of the properties. Oh, there's some. There's some flock cameras right up there. There's one right there. There's gonna be another one on the other light. Yeah, man. So you got lots of, it's safe as a, it's safer than a nun. Okay, this is gonna be gross. Why am I gonna say this? I'm a Christian, but I'm not a Catholic. Catholics, plug your ears, take your kids out of the room. It's safer than a nun's virginity during Easter Sunday out here. Yeah, we got another camera up here. These everywhere you look, man. The strip is like locked down, bro. You know, one thing I'll say about Sin City Manny, he did that thing on the strip in June. You can't do those things on the strip. If you did it, you should never do it. But if you don't know, I mean, the YouTuber went nuts and took the lives of other YouTubers, which is terrible. But if you did it at North Las Vegas in a Home Depot parking lot, Buddy wouldn't be on death row. That's for sure. Because the strip is very important that they make a demonstrative. I can't talk. Oh man, my brain's slowing down. They want to make an example of, you know, things that can put the perception of the strip as a safe place at risk. Is he on DR? Not yet, but the prosecutors are pushing for it. There's actually been no updates on the case. He didn't want a lawyer, then he wanted a lawyer, and it's probably the best thing to do to get a lawyer when you're up against that. But yeah, so he's there's no updates yet. So anyway, yeah, the strip has got this perception. This is the same reason I told you there will never be an ICE raid on Las Vegas Boulevard. Yeah, has it been happening? Yeah. I've seen footage on TikTok from behind the Treasure Island employee entranceways, but you'll never see it on the strip. You haven't seen cops? I've seen cops driving around here. I've seen the police out here today. Happy, shiny people singing. Oh, itchy. I'm sweating. That's not that. No, that wasn't a cop. That was a security company. The other day, the Walmart was like locked down, or the Sam's Club. There was 5 police cars up front. I don't know what happened. Hello. Oh man, Owen keeps super chatting, man. What's your take on the Minnesota thing? Well, I mean, it's from a legal perspective. You have to look on the Minnesota ICE situation like, I don't know. I mean, everybody has a right to freedom of assembly, to protest. That's the first thing we have to remember. You might not like it, but that's the law. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on before that nobody really knows. They're claiming that she was impeding official investigations. That's technically breaking the law. And then he tells her to move and get out of the car, and she refuses an officer's orders. So just a heads up, If an officer tells you to get out of the car, you should probably just get out of the car. But she didn't get out of the car. She got in the car. From what I can see, she put enough force into him that the ice on the road, that is, caused him to slide backwards. So there was enough force there. That same officer in the last year got dragged by a car and he had 30 stitches. So maybe he shouldn't have been at the protest to start with. Because I know if I got dragged by a car, I might not make rational decisions in that situation. Maybe he should have had a better psych exam. And then he did what he did because she didn't comply to an order. Now, whether or not he was hit, you can watch the New York Times. It'll tell you that he wasn't hit because of this angle. But I think there's more to it, and I don't have a definitive way of going about it. But what I'll tell you is that I've had law enforcement interactions. When they ask me to do something, I just do the thing. And I've never been put in cuffs. I've never been taken away. But if I adamantly refuse to do the thing, it would be more difficult for me. That's the way I look at it. So, you know, you can say whatever you want. Like, I respect your opinion either way. You think that the guy's a monster. You think that she's a monster. I'm not here to ruffle your feathers. I'm here to give you an objective opinion in the middle because I like to consider myself a little right of center. I think that you should always comply when officers ask you to do things, though, because it would solve a lot of these interaction problems we have. That's me trying to stay objective to not make either of you guys angry on both sides, you know. And if you say that's wishy-washy, I apologize, but I wasn't there. I don't have eyewitness testimony from anybody. I can just go with what I see, and I see that, you know, a guy that maybe shouldn't have been there was there, and a lady that should have complied with an order was not complying with an order. She nailed on her gas. He got moved physically by a 5,000-pound Honda Pilot. He felt scared and threatened, and the legal definition of what he did, unfortunately for her, passes muster because he felt she was using a thing as a deadly weapon. And that's the legal definition. That's all I can say about it. Let's go into the Fontainebleau. Fontainebleau. Shining happy people going on. I like to film the cars coming towards me because if they hit me, then I get their license plate, or at least the description of the driver. Do, 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 do. I don't even like that song by REM. I don't know why I keep singing it. Sorry about my grossness. I need water. Getting dehydrated. Fontainebleau! Yay! We made it! You guys ever seen this? Why don't I move to Hawaii? It's way too expensive, Eugene. It's way too expensive. Look at this. This is a big escalator. It's like 5 stories tall, bro. It takes 2 minutes to go up this escalator. We've done it. I like gold. Escalator. Holy cow. It's not the longest escalator in the world though, but it's pretty darn big if you ask me. I like this place. Fontainebleau's cool. Neat place. Sucky odds on gambling. Expensive tables, but I think it's nice. guys, something I've noticed in life is that very little things, even a rainbow in nature is gradated. You know, there's a little bit of everything in everything we see and we take a look at. And I think it's a responsibility of us as the highest functioning thing that God ever created to be able to look at all different aspects of things and make educated and the best conclusion we can out of the situation. But immediately getting tribal because we have this proclivity in our brains to sign up with other people and espouse their beliefs, it leads us to a place of no dialogue and no conversation. And if you sat down with somebody who had the exact opposite ideology of you and you asked them basic questions to start off, Jimmy Carter was famous for this. You know, is it fair to say that the winter in Vegas is beautiful? Yes. Well, then we have some common ground on that. So then you realize that you have common ground, and then we can move on to things that we don't agree on, but we can then dissect them and we can find common ground on the things that we don't agree on. I'm positive if I asked somebody who thinks that ICE agents should go away forever, if I said to them, do you think it's fair to say that if you were near a car that then sped its wheels up full blast, you would feel threatened when it was pointed at you? They would say yes. Great, so we have some common ground. Awesome. So we don't have to agree with other people, but we don't have to be angry at them and try to destroy them. The right-leaners, the right-wingers like me are particularly bad at this. A couple years ago, it was a big trend on YouTube. Ben Shapiro absolutely destroys woke activists. What is the point of destroying somebody? We already have enough of that. If you walk in the wrong neighborhood in Vegas, somebody wants to destroy you and take your things. That should never be the goal. You should never be the goal to destroy somebody. We're supposed to be creators. It's Sunday. Just allow me to tell you what I think. Please don't unsubscribe me. I have to beg you. I don't do this often. But we're supposed to be creators in the eyes of God's image. God was a creator. We're creators. But it's a double-edged sword. We can create love. We can create unity. We can create division. We can create hate. But when we look at the other side of the aisle, we think that they're doing the opposite thing that we're trying to do, and they may not be. But they just have different beliefs. So find common ground. Agree that not everybody has to agree, but there's some things that we universally agree on. That's the way I look at it. We're on Fontainebleau right now. So, that's the way I see the world. But you might see it differently, and that's fine. If you unsubscribe me the minute I talked about God or the government, then we wouldn't be friends in real life. And that's cool too. My mods are weak. I'm unsubscribing. Well, T-Bird, I'll do you a little favor. You're now hidden on my channel, so you can't talk anymore. When a person wants to, because I don't censor people through my moderators, T-Bird. You don't like something somebody said. Dude, you're a fully grown adult, I assume. But when you want to like publicly state how you're quitting my channel, I'll help you. Now you don't have to talk. Oh, thanks, Adam. I'm an atheist and I don't care that you talk about God. It's not personal. Well, that's a good way to look at it. Telepathy is a thing that will put the telecom companies out of business. Telepathy. Elon Musk putting brain chips in our heads. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes, Eugene, visit San Francisco. I'll probably be in San Francisco within the next month or so. I don't mind being opinionated. Variety is the spice of life, baby. Fontainebleau. You go here, there's nothing. You go here, there's something. The Everybody wants something they never give up. Everybody wants something to take your money. Nobody knows that song. Actually, Canadians that are over 40 might know that song. If anybody does, tell me in the comments. Looks like an airport. At least this place has the shopping on the second level. Resorts World put their shopping on the first level and the casino inside. That's it. Cafe Triste? That means sad cafe. Why would I go to a place called Sad Cafe? I'm serious question. Cafe Triste. I speak enough Espanol. Mi hablo un poquito español, señor. Y muy triste is very sad. Yeah, it's pretty dead at the Fontainebleau today. Dang, son. The song was from Degrassi, junior high. Pizza business is tough. Sell coffee. Everything there looks premium. Sportsbook, how's it doing? They have a sportsbook in here? Actually, that's a good question. Do they have a sportsbook here? Because I don't know that they do. Maybe. Hall of Excellence, Food Hall. They got a Tom Brady. Tom Brady has a museum in here. Hey, look. Are they actually going to sell the show this time? I wonder. Oh, I guess it... Oh. It's not really the Black Eyed Peas because it doesn't have Fergie in it. But, no, Jack, Kids of Degrassi, I think, was Ontario only. But I know Degrassi played in America, too. So Black Eyed Peas played here a few days ago. That's cool. Gotta get that, boom, boom, boom. I got that boom, boom, pow. The chick is rocking my style. Try to copy my swagger. I'm on the next shit now. 2008, just so 2000 and late. It's hilarious, dude. That song is stuck into my head. Fishing perfume. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you make a font that's nearly damn impossible to read? And then backlight it? Santa Maria. Novella, Finesi, 1221. That is a whole lot of words that means something. I'm surprised I have 460 people watching and the NFL started. Heck, anybody new to my channel? You might have subscribed over my ever increasingly more popular video on the Vegas incident. Say yes in the chat if you're new on the channel for that. That video started off completely dead and it is just picking up a little bit, which is pretty amazing actually. Usually videos don't do that. If you're new, say yes. Let's get it started. It's actually used to be Let's Get Retarded. Did you know that? It was Let's Get Retarded. And then you can't put that on the radio. Look at this, there's a basketball. Oh, well, listen, I hate to hurt your feelings, but this is not something that most people care. It's still cool to see. Awarded to commemorate the success of the WNBA's latest powerhouse franchise, which won back-to-back championships, 2022 and 2023. Didn't they win this year, or did they lose? That's what the WNBA trophy looks like. And what are you doing? Like, are we not celebrating women? Why do you have a picture of Mark Davis holding it? Like, that's insulting to women. I'm not woke, but this is bullshit. You shouldn't have Mark Davis with his bowl haircut, failure football club owner. Okay, this is the gambler's shoes. He wore these when his guy was committing fraud in Vegas. No, I'm just kidding. Baseball cleats and bat for Shohei Ohtani. MVP year. That's kind of cool. You know what? I gotta be honest. I kind of want to go to the Hall of Excellence now. Because look at this, son. We got some NHL stuff in here now. I think that this place is cool. We're not allowed cameras in here. They got a Wayne Gretzky jersey. Oh man, I'm gonna have to check out the Hall of Excellence someday. I can't bring a camera in there. They don't allow it. You got a Wayne Gretzky LA Kings jersey. You know what? I really want a Wayne Gretzky LA Kings jersey. I wonder how much that costs. This is at the Fontainebleau. With the Fontainebleau. If you want to make it classy, just make it sound French or make it sound British. The Fontainebleau. Monsieur, you're going to go to Fontainebleau and eat the duck. Because it's $150. The duck is expensive. It's my biggest crack up points on here ever. Wonder if you take me home, would you still be in love with me? Komodo sells this. If you're into the duck, I mean, you can spend $150 on Peking duck here, but it's $120 for an ounce of caviar. Most of you guys don't have that money. Unless you're one of my traders, and then you can make 150 bucks in a day, possibly, and then you could have that money. But if you don't, you can go to Spring Mountain. It's like 40 bucks for a duck. Good duck, too. There you go. Wonder if you take me home, would you still be in love? Don't you worry about a thing, baby, 'cause you know you got me by a string, baby. I used to listen to Black Eyed Peas a lot. Did I bring any cameras? Yeah, man. I'll show you. People don't buy me birthday gifts. My birthday's this month, so I bought myself a birthday gift. What's up, Lamont? I'll show you what I got. So this is my Sony A7 IV that I got here. I don't have a camera bag for it, so I just wrapped it in my shirt. But what I did was I bought an adapter called a Meg, I can't remember what it's called, Meg something. It's on the tip of my tongue. And I brought this camera. This has a serious, I gotta take the pawn shop ticket off. It's so embarrassing. I bought this, I can't tell you my birthday, Lamont, because I'm a public-facing person and that's a security risk, but it's this month at some point. So I bought a MegDAP adapter, and I have a Nikon Z6, and I want to be able to put my Sony lenses onto my Nikon, so because I have a lot of good Sony lenses. So I bought this adapter for $250. This sticker, they didn't use the right. I gotta use orange. So I bought this Canon lens. This is a professional lens. It's a 16-35. It's a serious lens. It weighs more than the camera does. And I'm gonna go shoot. Now I bought the MegDAP adapter for $259. Treated myself for my birthday. And then this will go on to the Nikon once I get that adapter, which will be fun. So I like the Nikon. It's small and it's light, and I like the menus a little more. It's almost as good as this camera. It's not about the camera you use. It's about the person taking photos and making interesting stuff and understanding how to process the photos and stuff like this. Last year my birthday, duck or unclean? I don't know. I'm duck. I'm gamey as hell. People either love me or hate me. Chicken? I'm not chicken. Everybody loves them some chicken. Anyways, yeah, that lens is heavy. That's professional. It's L series Canon glass. I was gonna try to get some photos, although now I'm tired. So there you go. Happy birthday month. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys want to support the channel, you can like, share, and subscribe. Those are all free ways to do it. If you guys want to go watch my video that didn't get any love from my audience, but it's getting lots of love from YouTube, like new viewers, new YouTube audience that have never seen me before, I'll post that here in the chats. It's on the Vegas October 1st incident. You can find that there right now. Go click on that video, go watch that video. You guys might learn a thing or two about how weird this city is. And if you guys want to get in my course, I still have openings under this coupon. I'll post that there. Go watch a 3-minute and 50-second video to see if you guys can change your lives this year. It starts today. Best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. Second best time to plant a tree is today. Got to be part of the up part of the K. You can't be jerking it your whole life. You got to do something. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you guys with your regular video on demand uploads. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And sometimes even Fridays. I want to wait to buy your course when it goes up to 300. That's funny. Why don't you just buy it now? You support me anyways. All right, guys, just keep swimming in life. Life is what you make it. Dr. Emmett Brown on Back to the Future Part 3. He said, the future's whatever you make it, so make it a good one. Just keep swimming. Love you guys all. God bless.